Okay, this week I have another interesting test scenario to demonstrate an updated Guppy unit. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started here and start building a few things while I explain what's going on. Let me just get these guys placed and go ahead and start building one of these Guppies. So in previous videos I've had Guppies which would transport packets, and in the last video I had a harvester which would go out and collect ore from ore deposits that were unreachable via a land network. Well, these concepts have been merged into an updated air transport unit called the Guppy, and it's able to carry all four fundamental resources in the game. It can carry packets, it can carry energy, it can carry anti-creeper, or it can carry ore. So I've built one here, and what we need to do in this mission is figure out a way to assault this island over here, this strange looking square hole pad of an island. It's got 3 emitters, and we're not going to be able to reach it with any landlines. This gap is too great to do that. So we're going to have to figure out another way to do it. There's also this ore here in the middle, and we'd like to get that because that might make it easier to establish some sort of beachhead if we can throw down a lot of anti-creeper. And there's a couple empty pads as well. And I'm stuck on this little pad right here. And by the way, this is just a test scenario, just another mission I threw together really fast for testing this kind of remote and distributed economics that you can achieve with this new updated Guppy. So let's go ahead and tell him to fly up here, because what I'm going to do on this island up here is I'm going to build a network out. Nothing too fancy here. Just going to get some collectors thrown down. You may say to yourself, well, what good will that do you, because there's no command node for them to hook up to. This would be true if this weren't possible. I'm going to build another Guppy pad up here on this network and tell it to transport energy. It will act like a giant capacitor, activating and absorbing energy from that network. And once it's charged, once it's got a full load, I'd like it to come down here and hand it to this network and to act as a discharging capacitor on this network. I'm even going to do, let's put these guys over here, something else interesting, and build some storage down here. This will allow a returning energy carrying Guppy to instantly discharge into this storage bank of storage pods here, so that it can go back and get another load more quickly. And you know, we've got space and still got some packets on this transport. Notice he's empty, even though these aren't finished building, so he's going to go back and get another load of packets and bring them to this network. Anyway, while that's going, this distance here might be, yeah, that's spannable by a relay. So let's go ahead and build some ore mines over here. Missed one there. Okay. He'll make as many trips as necessary to supply packets for all of this, and then when everything's finished building, he'll just park there waiting for additional things, unless I redeploy him to some other location. Okay, we're doing good here. This pad's charging over time here. He's charging his Guppy, who returns and delivers energy to this network. I've got a fully charged bank here, so I'm doing great here. This is about to build, so that's good, but we need to be able to do something with the ore that's going to be produced up here. It's on this isolated network, and we need to get it back to this command node so it can be processed into anti-creeper. So what I'm going to do is build another pad here. Tell it to transport ore. So we're going to be getting energy and ore from this isolated network up here. Notice this pad finished building, so these ore mines now have a location they can send their ore packets to. He's going to charge up, and I would of course like him to bring it to this network. Okay, so we don't have anything else to build up here, at least not for now, but there's more ore here, so let's think about redeploying him here, doing a similar setup. We're going to build ore mines. And we're going to build a way to get the ore back. And we'll tell him to fly here. Okay, here comes our first load of ore. And it goes to the command node for processing and gets turned into anti-creeper. Okay, so I have an economy going now that is bigger than this original base could support, because I'm getting ore from remote locations. I'm also getting energy from remote locations, and I'm bringing it all home into this command node. So I've got a pretty good economic setup going so far. You know, it. I think we're in good shape here. So let's think about a quick assault. Now, to do that, I could build things here on this pad, but they'd have a longer flight time. Instead, I'm going to use this pad over here on the right and build some forces over here that'll be able to attack this island. So let's. We know we're going to want some bombers. Let's redeploy this packet carrying Guppy over here so he'll build those guys out. And I also know that I'm going to want some strafers. Yeah, that's fine. I'll stagger them. Okay. Now, so he's having to make several trips here. There's far more energy production and packet production over here than he's able to carry over and keep up with the production. It would really benefit me if I had another packet carrying Guppy available, especially once these strafers get built and they start deploying. They're gonna be ammo hungry, so they're gonna want to get resupplied frequently. So when he's done, I'll just go ahead and bring it here. So he can finish building these bombers and they can get charged up on anti-creeper. Then I'll move them both over here to build this bank of strafers. Okay, while that's going, I know I'm going to need some assault forces to land at some point. I'll go ahead and build them on this island and then move them closer in. And I'm also going to need one more thing. These bombers, once they're built, they need anti-creeper. That's their payload. And all the anti-creepers here at the command node, all the ore is being brought into home base over here. And I've got quite a collection of anti-creeper stored up, but I'm going to need to get that to these bombers. Because I decided to build the bombers away from my main base, there's no landline to them, so I'll need some way to get it to them. That will be the fourth and final example of the things that a Guppy can carry. Okay, those are built out. Let's redeploy these guys so they can build those. strafers there, and we will send anti-creeper over to charge up these bombers. Now, what I'm demonstrating in this mission is all 4 resources being carried. In many missions, these guppies aren't needed for something like this, because you'll be able to reach parts of the map that you need to get to with, or all parts of the map with landlines, in which case you never need to use a guppy to do anything complicated or sophisticated like I'm doing in this scenario. But what I wanted to show in this mission was how it might work if all 4 transport modes are being used to accomplish a goal. It sort of makes this mission almost a little bit of a puzzle type setup, where we have to get the economy set up initially, bring things home, and then distribute supplies to the front lines for an assault. Okay guys, we're getting charged up here. I'm going to go ahead and let's move these guys over here, because I know I'm going to need them over here. In fact, I would like to move the anti-creeper even quicker than I currently am. Production's pretty good, and I'm going to start using it pretty rapidly. Center these guys so that when they land, they can make connections with all of the bomber pads. Okay, so they're close to full. I'm going to go ahead and send in a wave here. My approach on this this island up here is to kind of clear out this area up here, saturate it with anti-creeper, then send in a landing force. And that landing force is going to need some supplies, some support, so I'm going to get a guppy ready for that. Notice I'm using a lot more of my resources now. You can see these storage pods are going down. Instantly get charged up when a load of energy comes from this northern network, and empties him pretty quickly, and he goes back and starts charging up and to collect another load to bring back down to help the command node produce packets. Okay, that made a dent. That's looking pretty good up there, actually. But I'm going to hit it again. And once they go down, I'm going to send this this packet carrying guppy in and drop him in a position where I'll be able to build a nullifier to take this emitter out. Let's zoom down on that. That's fine. Send in my squad. Okay. It's a little bit thick. That's where the nullifier's been positioned there. Hopefully the support forces will be able to keep the creeper pushed back while that nullifier builds. In fact, I'm going to actually, let's redeploy him. Just want to make sure we got plenty of energy. Notice I ran out of energy in this particular guppy, so I redirected the two here up to this base so that I can get that nullifier built. And probably that one's going to be plenty, so I'll go ahead and send this one back to the strafer base. Alright. That was a successful assault. So, just to recap here, changes for this week are this Guppy unit, which has been extended so that it can carry all 4 fundamental resources, and I've got all 4 being carried on this map right now. Energy and ore from this northern base, ore from this central southern base, and anti-creeper and packets being delivered to the front lines. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Instead of taking out these other emitters, you might imagine how you might go about assaulting those if you were playing this mission. You might think about taking this power zone and then sneaking your way across the top and down this way, or you could come in the southern route here. But I'll let you think about it. That's all.